I've just...
There we go.
There we are.
Live.
We are live. Let me just push the laptop back a bit. Okay, let's push that back a bit. There you go. And look who is beside me.
Light bulb.
Well, instead of... Oh, you...
I've just come from the kitchen.
Oh, you slime toe rag. Say hello to everybody.
Hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
It is.
Hello.
Did he tell you? Because tonight we're all going to talk about secret societies, basically the Illuminati. And we've decided we're going to start our very own Dark Mirror Society called
Light bulb
Society. And this is going to be our secret handshake. We're only going to show it once. And it's this. Ding. So that's going to be our hello, Mrs. Wayne. That's going to be our secret society. Can you do like that? No, she can do it as well. You can do it with the other hand as well. What are you trying to say? She's.
Do it again. I'll use this one.
Oh, I clicked it. There you go. There you go. I can click with that hand as well. Do you know what?
No.
Hello, Ellen.
This one time.
Hello, Taylor.
Hello.
This one time.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Sorry, we have a break-in transmission of the Dark Mirror radio show tonight for an episode of Friends United.
We seem to have been invaded by
Hijacked.
Sunday show.
Taylor, I will give you a message on Facebook.
Okie
I'm sorry for that brief interruption, guys.
We went. The girls went to a nail bar in. Was it Ealing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went in Ealing, Greenford, near Ealing, one day, and they were there. Islands, and they were there having
And
their
Helen.
and Helen. I
And
said
Andy.
hello, Helen. Having their nails done, and at the end of it, I walked out the shop with them, going, "I'm never fucking going in there. What they just bloody did." That was it. You're supposed to laugh at that.
Sorry, I sneezed at the same time.
The girls had their nails done in the nail bar, and when they left, I walked out with them, going, "I'm never fucking having them done in there again." And those people. So anyway, yes. Can you turn that down, please? Turn it down.
Oh my word!
We
I think
are
I'm sneezing.
going to bless you, Gesundheit. We're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about. How I'm not going to beat the living daylights out of my daughter in a minute. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Illuminati and secret societies, or Dr. Evil. It's called the Illuminati.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about that. Yes.
Indeed.
You sit there and look pretty. You go and have a shower. Go on and have a shower. No. Okay, go and have a shower. Right. So. Go and have a shower.
Reading our fortune cookies.
Hi, Maria. Fortune cookies.
It is better to have a hen tomorrow than an egg today.
Where's my pen?
I love
Huh?
them. I have them.
I may not be able to eat the fortune cookie.
Cookie.
Fortune cookie. The fortune cookie.
Gobble, gobble.
Because of the diet. I spit. Because of the
When
diet.
you think about it, it does make sense.
I want to eat all four of them.
You're not. Two of them are mine.
Well, somebody can eat the fortune cookie for me.
No, I can see that fortune actually making sense. Because what's the point of having an egg today when you could have a hen instead that will lay more eggs?
See, there's a few jokes that go along that line, but I better not say them because people start kicking off again. What's he fucking talking about?
Hi, Maria and Gary.
Oh, bloody hell, it's Gary. Hi, mate. How you doing? All right, Treagle. See, there is. White underwear. Yes.
Ooh. Anyway.
Oh, you saw Gary's son, Mark?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Sausage. Yes. Right. So, yeah, don't worry about it. There's a lot of people in tonight. You got Maria, Lenz, Gary, Helen, Andy, and there's somebody else as well. And I don't know who it is. And you. And Taylor's here.
And me. And me.
And you. And this.
7 now.
The other
It's the
half.
terrible threesome.
Oh,
Wasn't that Rita, Sue, and Bob too?
steady.
A terrible threesome.
That film was so corny. I love it.
Oh, hi, David. You all right? David.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want to jump into your radio show.
You're a member of the team. You're a member of the Sunday one. We're used to you jumping in and going bloody stupid anyway, so don't worry about it. So yeah, Illuminati. And for those of you. Oh, I meant to say, for those of you who've been sending me messages and stuff. Stay in focus. Yeah, the diet seems to be working and the gym's working. I've got muscles on my right arm I've never had.
you've been casting spells, haven't you?
I fucking must have been. I tell you.
You're losing it, and I'm gaining it.
Where's it due? I'll tell you what it is. It's come off me and it's going straight to you. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's my winter storage.
So, when Anne said you were a bear, she didn't mean of the gay kind.
No, it just means that in the winter I go into hibernation, so I need enough. I need enough supplies to last me over the winter months.
You know what? This flipping diet has been no starch, no sugars, no starch, no sugar, no carbohydrates.
I could not exist without my sugar.
We have found 2 things, wasn't it? It was an amino acids energy drink. That was actually not too bad. In fact, can you get me one, please? Because and there's a chocolate thing that's especially for the keto diet, and you can drink. And that's quite nice. Anyway, yeah. So the Illuminati. Illuminati. We were just talking about all this before you guys came and interrupted us. Originally, the Illuminati goes back in various different forms to, was it the 11th century or something like that, wasn't it?
I don't know, because I have so far gone back as far as the 15th century. And that was in Spain, the Alumbrados, which meant illuminated.
It means the lit up bra, Illuminados.
Alumbrados. But that was a term used to loosely describe practitioners of a mystical form of Christianity in Spain during the 15th to 16th centuries. Yeah, it is, Andy. That's when my diet starts, when it gets cold. So I've got plenty of storage there. Because originally we had looked up the Illuminati in general. And the Illuminati, as most people commonly know it, is the Bavarian Illuminati, which was founded on the 1st of May, 1776.
Illuminati.
Illuminati. Or in Latin, Illuminatus, meaning enlightened. And that was actually started by a strange guy. Who was a professor at the university that he was working with, that was run by the Catholic Church. And his name was Adam Weishaupt. Born in 1748 and died in 1830. He was the founder of the original Bavarian Illuminati.
Just let me stop you there 1 second. Have you noticed that whenever we have anything to do with Germans, it cannot be said in a British accent? You cannot say a German name in a British accent because it sounds like you're a downed RAF pilot at Stalag Luft 27. I said, Weishaupt, you know?
Do you know Adam Weishaupt?
Adam Weishaupt. Anything German, you've got to when you say it, and then it just sounds like I need to have jack boots and shit. Oh, look, there's a pussy. I can see your Mrs. Pussy.
Meow.
Yours.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, as you said earlier on, that the Illuminati, or these organisations claiming to be the Illuminated, they do stem back a lot further than the main Bavarian Illuminati. And to be honest, the Alumbrados, the Spanish Illuminati, although they lasted for quite some time, the Spanish Inquisition got rid of most of them.
Dun, dun, dun. You never know when to expect.
And they reckon that it was founded as early as 1492, but then recognised in 1498. And basically, the influences that they got arrived from Italy. So,
yeah, and the Italians, yeah, Indiano.
So rather than boiling their spaghetti, they were plotting against the Pope. So obviously, on that side of things, the Illuminati, oddly enough, would have originated.
Spaghetti. Oh my god.
Obviously, the Illuminati, if the influences for the Alumbrados had come from Italy, then previously to that must have been a version of the Illuminati in Italy. Obviously.
Well, like we were saying, various forms of secret societies. Each country had its own form, going back centuries and centuries and centuries. And then you'd get like somebody travel to a different country and then speak to them over there. Like, oh yeah, this sounds like a good idea. We must open one branch of it.
The thing is, though, is when you follow the breadcrumbs, they go back to Italy and the home of the Catholic Church.
Well, I mean, back then, the Borgias were the ones who were instating themselves as Pope, and then getting their uncle to be the Pope, and then getting their cousin to be the Pope, and then it was all about this, and we all know what the Borgias were like.
So it seems to have split into two. You've got the original Catholic faith, and then you've got the branch away illuminated version of the Catholic faith. And then it seems to have lasted for like 2 centuries, and then something else will pop up, and that will be a different Illuminati. Like with the Spanish one, you had the Spanish Inquisition, which got rid of that one. Yeah. And then you had the Bavarian Illuminati, which seems to be the most popular branch of the Illuminati that you come across when you do research on it. But the only reason why this version of the Illuminati came about was because Freemasons were too expensive.
Exactly, and that kind of it takes the piss, really. Back then, you can't have a secret society because it's too expensive, so let's start our own one for us paupers.
Exactly. For those that couldn't afford it, the Illuminati was the next step, and there is actually a website where you can join the Illuminati, and I've been invited to join them. On a number of occasions, I have been invited to join the Illuminati. I'm like, thanks but no thanks.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to do this.
Sorry.
Right. Thank you.
Also, don't shout at me.
What was I going to say? The Illuminati, basically, it went very strange. I think the guy originally started it for fairly decent reasons, but then it went rather odd and puritanical, didn't it?
Yeah.
There you have it. That's the end of the show. He said yes. Let's finish. Yay! Early night.
Thing is, there are a series of questions that most people are scared to ask.
Oh God, yeah.
And it all revolves around conspiracies.
He's going to get it. But there are a lot of conspiracies concerning the how can I put it without mentioning names, the richest, most famous 4 families, all to do with banking, all to do with owning pretty much all the banks in all the world apart from 2, I think it is, and they're all part of the Illuminati, allegedly. See, I did inverted commas on that hand. This one I did bunny ears. I'm not sure why. What? The Whisper. I'll tell you in a minute once I remember, because I know one of them had loads and loads and loads of different heart transplants and stuff.
There are quite a few.
And there's another one,
And
another
that's
one,
it?
another one. No. No. But it's like I want to do I think, do you know what I reckon? Once we're doing about secret societies and weird hand signals and this, that, and the other, like, do you know? I tell you what, I walking in London back along, you'd see so many secret hand signals. I don't know what it's all about, but you'd see like teenagers going up to each other and doing stuff like that, and it's like, oh, they must, Illuminati, you know. Terrible.
Yeah.
Can you shut up, you two? The two pugs are back there trying to. Oh, they're trying to do that to each other. Mm.
But they're boys.
I know they're boys. Try telling them that. And he holds a goal, apparently.
A question was asked to a group of ex-Illuminati. Apparently, the Illuminati comes and goes, which I've just found quite interesting read. And apparently they were wiped out. People have tried to revive them over the years, but it's a money-making scheme. In 1785, Duke of Bavaria Karl Theodor banned secret societies, including the Illuminati, and instituted serious punishments for anyone who joined them. Most of the group's secrets were disclosed or published, and if you believe most historians, the Illuminati disappeared. From the moment of the disbanding, however, the myth expanded. As described in Conspiracy Theories in American History and Encyclopedia, documents found in homes of high-ranking Illuminati members like Xavier von Zwack.
Sorry, say that again.
Xavier von Zwack, or Zwack. I reckon it's Zwack. Confirmed some of the spookiest Illuminati theories, like their dreams of world domination and cultish behaviour, even though these documents may exaggerate the truth about the group.
What behaviour?
It's all right, it's not COVID. Yeah, like their dreams of world domination and cultish behaviour.
Oh, cultish.
Not the other sort of behaviour.
What, courtish? Cornish behaviour. I thought they're hitting each other with pasties.
If the Illuminati vanished, how did their legend live on? Now, apparently, almost immediately after the Illuminati were disbanded, conspiracy theories about the group sprang up. The most famous conspiracy theories were authored by physicist John Robinson in 1797, who accused the Illuminati of infiltrating the Freemasons, and Abbé Augustin Birrell, whose 1797 History of the Jacobeans promoted the theory that secret societies, including the Illuminati, were behind the French Revolution. Historians tend to see these as the first in a long line of conspiracy theories, though again, for those who believe the Illuminati run the world today, this is arguably proof of the group's power. Later on, some of the founding fathers managed to stoke interest in the Illuminati in the United States. In 1798, George Washington wrote a letter addressing the Illuminati threat. He believed it had been avoided, but his mentioning it helped bolster the myth. In the panic caused by the anti-Illuminati books and sermons, Thomas Jefferson was accused of being a member of the group. Though these early Illuminati panics fizzled out, they gave the group a patina of legitimacy that later on would make a centuries-long conspiracy seem more plausible.
It's what Andy's just said there. I think that is it is a conspiracy theory, but I also think that's confused with there's two other.
They do with the Illuminati. There were 3 levels. If I can find it again.
There's that one that all the world's heads are supposed to be a member of. I can't remember what they're called, but they're supposed to have the same thing where the higher up the level, the closer to that you get. And there's another one as well. Not the assassin, Hashashin. It was it Templars? One of them. They're all bloody mad anyway.
It all seems to be a bit of a world domination thing going on.
Oh God, they're Bond villains and all.
but I can't find it now. But there was something to do with 3 levels. You had a novice, and then it went on to something else. I'm trying to find it again now.
Well, there's a guy called David Bramwell, and he's basically dedicated his life to studying the Illuminati, and he reckons that the modern day version of the Illuminati wasn't so much based on Vishout, but rather by LSD. And apparently in 1960s, the counterculture and a text called Principia Discordia, a lot of the Vishout people went 60s as it was, free love, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, just had a load of LSD and then discovered new things under the influence of LSD. That would explain a lot.
Yeah, I found it. During this early period, so during the early period of the Bavarian Illuminati, there was three grades, and that was of novice, Minerval, and illuminated Minerval, of which only the Minerval grade involved a complicated ceremony. And this, the candidate was given secret signs and a password. A system of mutual espionage kept Weishaupt informed of the activities and character of all his members, his favourites becoming members of the ruling council or Areopagus. Some novices were permitted to recruit, becoming insinuants. Christians of good character were actively sought, with Jews and pagans specifically excluded, along with women, monks, and members of other secret societies. Favoured candidates were the rich, docile, willing to learn, and aged 1830. So you had Club 1830 in there. They're all welcome. So
exactly.
Anybody that goes to an 1830s club are all sorted.
Do you know what I very nearly did back when I was in my 20s? I very nearly went on one, and then I looked at the stuff and I just thought, do you know what? I don't want my dick dropping off, so I never went. Yeah, the Templars are still going. The Knights Hospitalier, they're still going. The ones with the Maltese cross and that. They were never defeated by the French. Yeah, they're still there. Templehurst near Selby had a Templar Tower, still stands. I think I'll have to have a look at that because it's just down the road from here. We'll have to have a look. Thank you. But all these secret societies, and we will get to the one that people are like going, oh, talk about it. We'll get to the New World Order in a bit. We'll get to that in a bit. But the Illuminati, I think what brought the Illuminati back in under the public eye now was Dan Brown in Angels and Demons. Yeah, Angels and Demons.
Yeah.
And I think that's what brought it back under the public scrutiny. And whoever the heads of the Illuminati are now probably went, damn you, Dan Brown! So, yeah.
Yeah, because apparently Jay-Z and Kanye West were actually asked if they were part of the Illuminati.
They're just bloody idiots.
And that was only because they made, they were caught a press photo. A paparazzi guy had taken a picture of them forming the Illuminati triangle.
They also had, one of them had a ring on with one of the Illuminati things, and the other one had a necklace on. But either way, they're both.
They're denying it.
Well,
they say it was what's it? Jay-Z said, that he thinks the rumors of his membership in the Illuminati are stupid, and Kanye West has said it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, Kanye West thinks he's God, and Jay-Z likes to use his fists a lot, so that explains the pair of them, really.
Well, Ellen's just said he runs his own church service on a Sunday, Kanye West.
Do you know what? That doesn't surprise me.
That could just be a cover, though, couldn't it?
What, for selling more trainers?
Well, no, he could still be part of the Illuminati, and he's using the church as cover.
To help with his bipolar.
Yeah, well, we can say a lot of things and do the opposite. The Catholic Church denounced Adolf Hitler, and yet they helped his high-ranking generals get out of Germany when the Russians came knocking. So we know it happens, and that's historical fact.
Andy has just asked a very good question there. Was Aleister Crowley ever involved with the Illuminati?
Very good question.
He was into some weird shit. And I'm hastily typing as we speak, and I'm going to have a look. He was involved with the Kabbalah, and he said that Satan was the head of the cult of Kabbalah, but he called it Kabbalah with a Q instead of a K. And Madonna's involved with the Kabbalah. I think
he founded the religion of Thelema.
That's right, yeah. But he believes in sex magic and stuff like that. Then they're using sex and drugs and shit. But he allegedly called forth the Loch Ness Monster. He called 5 demons, buggered 4 of them off out of it, and the last one that was left, because he didn't have the energy to do it, was Nessie. So I'll tell you an interesting fact. And Kerry Greenaway can back me up on this. We were doing an investigation up around Epping Forest, and the church up there that's built on the grounds of old human sacrifice ritual place. Alistair Crowley came through when we were calling out, and he creepy, nasty little man. Oh, nah, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all. And even Kerry was completely, it freaked her for the rest of the night. Was not a very nice little man at all. But I mean, when you think about it, you make your own cult, you get people to pay for it, and then you say, "Oh, we must use sex to increase the magic," and they all go, "Yeah, right here, take my wife; she'll be in for it." Yes, you know.
I mean, the thing is that, you know, when sort of like more recently, when we've had all this business with COVID and everybody going, "Oh, it's just their way of trying to control the populations of the world," and all this, that, and the other. It seems to me that over the last 15, 20 years, it's all been fueled by conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
The question is, could these conspiracy theories all be fueled by the same people? And that would be the Illuminati,
who are now allegedly the New World Order.
Again, could that be just a conspiracy theory? Could it be that you know, they're the ones that are behind it, spreading the rumors and the false, the lies and false information to people to get people to turn against their own government?
No, exactly, it could be. But also, on the same hand, you've got L. Ron Hubbard's lot, Scientologists, you know, and they're very, very similar. It's like some very famous people who are allegedly with the Illuminati. Madonna, that's one of them. She's supposed to be with it. Rita Ora, and as you said, Jay-Z. The man's an idiot. How the hell he got in the Illuminati, I don't know. P. Diddy.
He's a poor man's Freemasons.
P. Diddy, Jim
Probably
Carrey.
wasn't clever enough to get in the Freemasons.
He couldn't pass 11 plus. Fergie, which would go with Jay-Z. Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj, Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, Daft Punk. Okay, that surprises me. Celine Dion and Lady Gaga. That doesn't surprise me. Rihanna, Tom Cruise, Taylor Swift, Chris Brown, blah, 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 Drake. But these are also names that are supposed to be involved with the Scientology lot. So,
yeah.
Do you think there's a link?
I mean, I don't want to click on it because I've just come across the Illuminati's website.
Oh, go on.
And I don't want to click on it because it's their join online.
Come on.
Fuck it, let's go for it. Join online. They know who I am now. They come knocking on the door.
No, exactly, Andy. It's exactly what the government want. You know, you got the rich who are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and us turning on each other.
Welcome to the secret zone of the Illuminati, a perfect organisation with full of world. Well, they can't even write properly. A perfect organisation with full of world leaders.
With full of world leaders.
They haven't even got a command of English. business role models, inventors, artists, and group of talented people all around the world. Everyone present in the Illuminati group to change the way of life and want to unite all humanity as the one here with no differences.
Oh.
You could tell this is a poor man's Freemasons, can't you?
I'm looking at the Illuminati news, yeah, which is an honest publication.
Welcome to Dumbasses Online.
Fucking hell.
Can't even write a proper sentence. Oh my God, they've just sent me a message.
Huh?
Hello, we've noticed you're here for the first time. Welcome to the Illuminati. See what you've got to make me do. Go away.
I'm just looking at their publication. You know what the headline of their publication is? This is the Illuminati news, and the headline of their publication is, fuck me, did magicians cause UFO sightings? Hang on.
Let it focus. Oh my God, they've got their own Bible.
What, the book according to Yeezy?
No, the Illuminatium. The first testament of the Illuminati. There we go. Ooh. I like. It's a pretty blue colour. Illuminati symbols. So they're so similar to the symbols of the Freemasons.
Exactly.
The pyramid.
I find that a lot of their symbols are similar to a lot of other societies as well.
I mean, they've got the pyramid on there. They're saying that the pyramid, money is not the root of all evil. Money is the root to all freedom. The selfish pursuit of money is a hollow goal, but the pursuit of the goodness that money can create is one of humanity's greatest responsibilities.
Oh, I like that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
The symbol of the eye. Living humans evolve at a rapid pace and continue to advance in the ability through study, practice, and self-improvement. The human species is guarded by a coalition of its most elite members called the Illuminati.
Or prime ministers and presidents.
Yeah. The light symbol. Every human is guided by an inner compass that points towards the light. Ding! Revealing truth and direction amidst decisions. All human spiritual beliefs ultimately seek the light in ways differing only in form and function. The eternal circle. Every human is one part of a larger eternal design. Individual gears in a clock that has no end. Though they may never realize it, a person's actions have the power to alter the future of the entire world.
Yeah, I mean, anything insignificant, like, you know, the smallest mouse could have a germ on it that eventually turns into some wiping out disease. And there you are, world events.
Ooh. Can't read all of this, but they've actually got their eternal oath on here. Upon the eternal oath and freely pledge to dedicate my mind to the discovery of knowledge, to dedicate my soul to the pursuit of enlightenment, to dedicate my efforts to the process of abundance, to dedicate my existence to blank, bringing all people in all places into unification, and to dedicate my life and something days upon this planet to the something protection and drink of the human species on this day of whatever. And you get a lovely little necklace with the Illuminati triangle on it.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to pass, but thank you.
Someone called Adam J. Wallace, he recently joined, and he says, since I joined the Illuminati, my understanding of life as a whole has changed. I feel like a completely different person now. From being lost and lonely, I have found not just a community, but a family that looks out for me. Now, to be honest, all he needed was a youth club. He only looks about 16, and he's sitting there with his first testament of the Illuminati and his little necklace around his neck, and he's looking so proud of himself. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be racist here, but he don't even look like an Adam J. Wallace. He looks Malaysian. I find that quite hard to believe somehow that that's his real name.
Is that like when you get the phone calls saying, "Hello, I'm from Skype. My name is Bobby."
John.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is John.
We had 3 in one day the other day, didn't we?
They woke Finley up from a nap.
They woke Finley up from a nap, did they? Oh.
So, you know, no. Just, oh my God, I can't believe you got me to do that.
You see, that's a first for this show. Out of all the years we've been doing it, he's just gone on the Illuminati website and they've gone, "Hi,
I'll tell you, if I have someone turning up on my door like I get the Jehovah's Witnesses, thanks to Ellen, I ain't gonna be too happy. It's a good job we're moving soon, isn't it? We get some other poor bastard get stuck with them instead.
You wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning because you can smell smoke. There's a burning triangle nailed to your front door.
Yeah, someone set fire to my car with a burning triangle on the roof.
You guys are terrible. God help us.
But they didn't ask for any joining fee, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the rules of the Freemasons is you had to be nominated by an existing member of the Freemasons, didn't you? Or you had to be born into the family of Freemasons.
It had to be. But now, because I've been asked to join the Freemasons, I haven't. But now you can just go along. You can go on their website and join if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I used to, many years ago, when I used to be a singer and keyboard player, we used to do a lot of gigs for the local Freemasons Lodge. And to be honest, I thought most of them were a pretty darn good bunch of people.
Well, I used to, a long time ago, I was with the Buffaloes. The same
Right.
as the Freemasons. It's only because my dad was a member, and they were really nice guys. I know what they were concerned about, just raising money for charity, you know. So
yeah, I mean, we had a group when I was running my coach company. We had a group of Freemasons used to come down from Scotland, and we'd pick them up from the airport and bring them to Colchester, and they would go down to the local lodge in Wivenhoe, and they'd have parties and whatnot, and we'd always bring them back afterwards. And of course, they're you know, Scotsmen, they can drink, and they've all come out after getting completely hammered, and they're like, "Hey, we're going back home, hey." And one of them turned around to my then girlfriend and went, "Do you want a drink?" And she went, "Oh God!" And then gave her a crate of Carlsberg.
fucking hell.
I'm like, "That's a drink." You know, decent bunch of guys. I end up with a 200 quid tip at the end of it all, and a crate of beer. So, you know, hats off to them. But
I have got some good friends who are in the Freemasons, and nowadays all I can see is they just do a lot for charity. You know, I don't think there's the.
You don't see much about the Freemasons. There's not that many conspiracies nowadays about the Freemasons. It's more about the Illuminati.
Well, the Illuminati. Hang on, let's get back to my bleeding research. Where is it? Here we are. The Illuminati is allegedly now they're the New World Order, or they are seeking a New World Order. They want to impose a totalitarian world government.
I personally think they've all taken a leaf out of Baden-Powell's books. They're all trying to recruit as many Cub Scouts as they can.
I thought that was Catholic priests. What am I getting mixed up?
I think that's all it is. It's just a group of people, you know, and like with the Masons, they've got their own little individual lodges. They have their own gatherings, whether it's all blokes or women or mixed. You know, it's no different to any other group. It's just the fact that someone's decided they're going to have a go at other people. Yeah, that's a good point from Andy. Actually, I was going to mention that you have to recruit so many people within a certain period of time, and it's a bit like I think it's something to do with the Jehovah's Witnesses as well. It's like a pyramid scheme. the person at the top of that branch of the church is the one that ends up benefiting more than everybody else. And obviously, Hubbard, or whatever his name is, that started the Jehovah's Witnesses, he was at the very top of that.
With his I can't remember his name, but his golden book that he found in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his name was Hubbard or something.
No, Ron Hubbard was the Scientologist. Do you know, I got asked if I'd be a Jehovah's Witness the other day, and I was honest with them. I looked at them and said, I never saw the fucking accident, so no.
Oh, Charles Taze Russell in 1870.
It was the Mormons who found the book, wasn't it? The golden book in the woods.
Probably. But then that itself would have been so originated as a branch of the Bible student movement, which developed in the United States in the 1870s. Among followers of Christian restorationist minister Charles Taze Russell, Bible student missionaries were sent to England in 1881, and the first overseas branch was opened in London in 1900.
Here's an interesting little fact for you.
And Nathan H. Knorr is the president of Jehovah's Witnesses now.
Religion. Defining feature of early Illuminati members was that they did not trust anybody over the age of 30, because back then people who were over the age of 30 were too set in their ways to be changed. Never knew that.
Apparently, one of the Illuminati's plugs is become a multi-millionaire as you join us and live the life of your dreams. To be honest, at the age of 46, I'd rather work my ass off and to try and make £1 million rather than join them and get gifted it.
I don't know, to be honest. If somebody wants to give me a few £1,000s, I'm not going to turn my nose down that. But
well, I know that. But what I'm saying is, why would I want to join a secret group to be a multi-millionaire? You know, I'm halfway through my life. I couldn't give a shit. I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy to carry on working my ass off for my money. You know, you get people like Jay-Z who can't really sing, as far as I'm concerned. Get millions and millions of pounds. Why? Because he joined the Illuminati and they used one of those bloody voice synthesizers to alter his voice.
It's like Rihanna. When Rihanna first came out,
Kanye West then.
Rihanna came out, brilliant, really brilliant, and then she got to that stage that a few pop stars have done, where they're richer than Croesus, and they get somebody else to write their songs for them, and you can tell because they're shit.
A bit like Sheridan.
Yeah. And
she was crap to start with.
She just went. She was really, really good, and then her songs that she brought out were terrible. But people are buying her because, oh my God, it's Rihanna. And then she went back to writing her own stuff and got good again. But it's just like, I don't want to be in a group that has whatever, because they've got so many members in the same bloody groups. So there's got to be something going on there.
Let's have a look. Scientology and the Illuminati. Link. Secret societies, notorious secret societies, Illuminati, blah, blah, blah. Emotional Scientology allegations from Leah Remini's new show.
Canada's former defense minister, Paul Hellyer, came out and claimed that not only is the Illuminati real, but that it does indeed control the world. I know they control most of the banking.
Is there a relationship between the Illuminati and Scientology? Someone actually posed this on a site called Quora.
Yeah, Quora. I write things on there occasionally.
Someone has put, well, as a long-time Scientologist, I must commend you finally figuring this out. How on earth did you do it? Okay, so now the cat is out the bag. Let me give you a bit more. Scientologists are in effective control of many major governments on Earth. This control is hidden and below the surface. Interestingly enough, the clues to this control are in plain sight, but you have to know where to look. For example, if you look at a $1 bill very near the pyramid, very closely, you need a magnifying glass, you'll see in tiny letters, sponsored by the C of S. If you don't believe me, try it. However, I should tell you that it works best if you hold the head at a 45-degree angle, squint your eyes, and it helps if it's a full moon. As part of the Illuminati, Scientology has control of major corporations around the world too. You don't know it, but Applebee's, General Mills, and Starbucks are run covertly by Scientologists. Oh yes, one more brand that I'm sure you're aware of, Preparation H. So again,
That's almost like
you certainly somehow figured out very closely held secret. There's a bit more in terms of countries and major corporations that we control. I'll leave it in your excellent sleuthing to ferret those out too.
See, again, is it disinformation or is it information? Clever.
Well, someone replied he does conspiracy skeptic podcast. And he's a host of this podcast. He said, first, the Illuminati ceased being a real secret society back at the close of the 18th century. There are groups that claim to be related or revivals, but then there are people that claim to be the fifth Beatle. Don't be so naive. Second, if by Illuminati you mean some kind of wooish, new agey, secretish spiritual society, then sure. Before Hubbard cooked up Scientology, he fell in with Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley and was a part of their groups like the OTO.
Well,
so Mr. Crowley has turned up.
Yeah, he turns out in bloody everything, that guy.
Yep.
Do you remember that David Icke? And I say that with through gritted teeth because I don't particularly like the guy for one of his previous comments. But one of his theories are, and this is David Icke, remember, this is the guy who said that disabled people are disabled because they did something stupid in their former life. So I masturbated far too much.
But you were a pimp. That's what it was.
Huh?
You were a pimp.
He reckons that they are reptilian overlords who include the Rothschilds, including Bob Hope, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and lots of other guys. And it goes into complete poppycock, to be honest. It's New World Order. Yes, they do control pretty much all of the world banking. I think there's only two countries or two small bits of countries that have held out against them. But yeah, the Rothschilds are among one of the famous five families, and I think they're quite well known for it. But yeah, and as you say, Beyonce and Jay-Z and all that lot. I've always wondered why I could see why they'd recruit the likes of Beyonce and stuff like that because they are influencers. I know.
Yes.
Jay-Z's a sort of influencer, but the man's a buffoon. Yeah, my kitten's got more intelligence than that bloke. And so I've often wondered, what the fuck were they doing getting him in it? The same with that Kanye West.
Well, you've said it yourself. They're influencers. You know, they're people that they're well known in, in
culture.
TV, music, movies, all these different aspects that can be put out across the world.
I haven't got their money. That's all.
I mean, if it was your average Joe from just round the corner, they're only going to be well known in that immediate area. If you're known worldwide because you're a singer or a movie star or something like that, you've got more pull against other people, and the art of persuasion.
I also think it's one of those. Look what these are doing. Watch the left hand, watch the right hand, get someone's stuff. So look what they're doing, but you don't see what's going on in the background. So yeah. But Jay-Z, it's like Kanye West. He started off when he first started. I liked his Harder, Stronger, Faster, Longer, whatever it was. That song, I really like that one. And then it just all went completely to his head. And then oh man, what are you doing? Really, what are you doing?
Couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
Right. I've just had a look. I've just managed to find a way into finding out about certain things.
Yeah, it
exactly.
could be onto something there.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know, you use people that are influential in various ways. So you've got your music, your TV, your movies, all those different forms of media that travel worldwide can get to a really, really wide range of people to spread that message. And if you can get those people and they go, oh, we're members of the Illuminati, join us, you will get the Muppets and the sheep that will go, oh, that sounds like a good idea, let's join. However, I have found something out. That to join the Illuminati, you had to have full consent from the other members. You also had to possess wealth and have a good reputation within a suitable family.
That's me fucked.
There was also a hierarchical system to the Illuminati membership. After entering as a novice, you graduated to a Minerval and then Illuminated Minerval. Although this structure later became more complicated with 13 degrees of initiation required in order to become a member.
13 different levels.
So this is all down to when you joined the Illuminati originally, the original Illuminati.
Yeah.
So this modern Illuminati, I don't think is what they make out to be. I think they are spreaders of misinformation.
Yeah. Well, I've just been looking through all the stuff about the famous people and stuff that they have in their music videos and this, that, and the other. And there was, what was it? I just read about Rihanna's S&M song. There was a newspaper stand in the background of one of her videos, and the headline was Princess of the Illuminati.
No. I mean, you've got... Were there any famous members of the Illuminati? Obviously now there are supposedly famous members of the Illuminati. But back in the day, I reckon that Baron Adolf von Knigge must have been the most famous person going in that time period.
But also, doesn't he sound like he should be saying, General von Klinkerhoffen, Heil Hitler Club?
Oh, yeah, Adolf von... It's Knigge. 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 Knigge.
Oh, I'm going to pronounce that one.
Yeah.
Pronounce that one.
It's a bit of a weird spelling. But he was a former Freemason. Former Freemason, even. Not a former Freemason. He helped shape the group's organisation expansion. Initially, Vice helped students were only members, but soon doctors, lawyers and intellectuals joined. And there were between 2,000 and 3,000 Illuminati members by 1784. But that lot of Freemasons were outlawed. Oi, stand, sissy.
There's something here that Andy was just talking about. They tend to cover one-eye music videos. So there's something I've just read. The bizarre occurrences of facial bruises on Illuminati and entertainers has resulted in speculation that their souls have been replaced in a satanic ritual called soul salvation. The bruised left eye has also been referred to as the Illuminati Shiner, a mark given to those who have scaled their way to the top of the elite pyramid.
Pyramids come out of it, don't they?
That's it. Huh?
But the original, I mean, Andy just mentioned about it, the all-seeing eye is actually the Eye of Providence, a symbol resembling an eye inside a triangle. Appears on churches around the globe, as well as on Masonic buildings and the US $1 bill. In addition to being associated with Freemasonry, it has also been linked with Illuminati as a symbol of the group's control and surveillance of the world. Originally a Christian emblem, the all-seeing eye has been used in paintings to represent God's watchfulness over humanity. In the 18th century, it began to be used in ways, for example, in Jean-Jacques François Le Bébier's The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, an illustrated version of the human rights document adopted by France's National Constituent Assembly in 1789. Here it is depicted as an instrument of paternalistic reason, keeping a watchful eye over the newly democratic nation. There is no official link between the all-seeing eye and the Illuminati. The proposed connection probably stems from the fact that the original group shared similarities with the Freemasons, who used the image as a symbol of God.
There's also a new thing that has popped up over the last few years and is strongly associated with Mr. Trump, QAnon. And QAnon are very, very strongly associated with the Illuminati. Some of the stuff I can't really talk about, but some of the other stuff that QAnon has been tied in with are there's ranging from the sinking of the Titanic to a secret CIA propaganda program in the 50s, Operation Mockingbird, JP Morgan, etc., etc., etc. That's all to do with QAnon, who are like the public bit of the.
Well, I found one here about saying that they're talking about why do people still believe in the Illuminati today. And in 1963, there was a text called the Principia Discordia was published, promoting an alternative belief system known as Discordianism, calling for anarchism and civil disobedience by perpetuate. Oh, got it. Starting hoaxes. I'm tired. Perpetrating. I got it.
Yay!
There's me. I'm an author, and I couldn't say that. Its adherents included writer Robert Anton Wilson. Some followers of Discordianism sent fake letters into magazines, claiming that events such as the assassination of U.S. President John F. Kennedy were all the work of the Illuminati. Wilson later published a book called Robert Shear, The Illuminati's Trilogy, which became a cult success and inspired a new genre of conspiracy fiction, including Dan Brown's novel Angels and Demons. The Illuminati also became connected with Satanism and other ideals that were far removed from those associated with the original 18th century Bavarian group. So it seems to be more misinformation, basically.
Definitely. This thing here, that's that group that I was talking about. Remember, I said there's that group that all the heads of the states, heads of state all around the world that are supposed to belong to it. That's one of the things that you have to do. Is you have to kill somebody or arrange to have somebody killed, something like that. And that I've heard a few rumors about Rihanna's car blowing up. It was all to do with that. But I think that this uber secret part of the Illuminati is this cult that has been mentioned.
Yeah, even though the likes of Beyonce and Jay-Z and that have all said, no, it's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, bollocks, mate. By the way, I would like to say to everybody out there listening in on YouTube and on there, if you don't hear from us next week, get the police and everybody else onto it, because you know what's happened.
Yeah. And you know who to blame.
He'll be the first one to go, because they're going to come knock on his door tomorrow.
I'm not going to be here.
I don't blame you.
No, I'm going out. I'm going to spend the evening somewhere else looking for ghosties.
Oh, good. I'm doing that.
I'm local, so it's all right.
Oh, next Friday. It's my birthday. So that'll be a birthday edition.
Have I got to wear a party hat?
If you want to wear a party hat, you may wear a party hat. I may have nipple tassels. I don't know. It's going to be a madhouse. I don't know.
It would have been better if we could have just come down here and had a party down here. And we could have been.
I'll tell you what, if I had the money, I bloody would.
Same thing. If I had the money, I mean, I'd obviously being on holiday, we're a bit skint now till next Friday.
Well, I'm going on investigation on 26, so I'm looking forward to that.
I've got to sell lots of books.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you got loads of things going on, dude. You'll make loads of money.
I wish.
Same here. I'll tell you what I would like to see. If the likes of James Whale in the late 90s managed to get his own bloody TV series, why the hell haven't we? If that moron can do it, sorry, I didn't mean to point at you. If that moron could do it, why can't we?
Well, yeah, well, you know.
Remember him? He was such an arrogant little prick, wasn't he?
He's still about. He's on radio still, and he does talk radio.
Does he?
Yeah. I know. I like James.
Really? Do you?
I do like James. I don't have any problem. No, I've got to say that I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Has he calmed down since he was on TV?
Yeah, he's all right now. He don't seem to be. He's sort of mellowed out a hell of a lot now. He was like you. He had a bit of a. Well, he has been diagnosed with cancer again, so he's going through the mill again at the moment. But he's still sort of keeping himself happy and chirpy and cheerful.
Oh, talking of madness, something I found out earlier. Trump is going to run for president again for the next elections, and I'll just leave that one there. That's all I'm saying.
Got to be Mr. Got to be better than Mr. I don't know what I'm doing, Biden. I hate the UK, and yet I'm in Cornwall with my rather large fuel gazumping motorcade and get my presidential helicopter brought in on the back of a huge cargo transport, creating more CFCs and ozone destroying gases into the air.
I think everybody knows. Yeah, I think everybody knows that Biden, to be absolutely honest, doesn't even know how to wipe his own fucking ass. So
as soon as he was inaugurated, it was. You will say this to the world.
Exactly. There's been so many times that he has done stuff, and it's been proved that he's been told what the hell to say because he's just got no damn clue.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's So Sunday, we'll be back with another episode of Rearview Mirror with Taylor. Are you still on that loo? Jesus. Well, eventually she may get off the lube in time for Sunday, so we'll have an episode of that, and we'll be back next Friday. And I reckon, just in keeping with stuff like this, what do you reckon? Men in Black.
Oh yeah,
Men in Black. Yes. Do you know what? I would love to be one of the Men in Black. I'd fucking kill to do that. That would be my ultimate job. Either that or one of the Grand Tour guys.
Well, Michael Jackson got to do it, didn't he? He was in the second one, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah. He was in one of them.
Well, I don't know. No, I want to be a real Men in Black. I've always wanted to do that. Always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
They ain't going to take me on as a Man in Black after the shit we put out on here. They're going to look at that and go, fuck off.
Yeah. Who are you kidding? There's no such thing as Men in Black.
So, on that note, before we disappear, what have you got planned for next week?
I'm off to Ruffham Control Tower tomorrow night. Been invited out as a special guest with Ghouls Aloud. Lovely place, I love it there. Then Monday, I am going to be on Keep or KEAP networking on their little live broadcast on Facebook on Monday evening. Then I've got a radio interview for American radio station, Past PT or something it's called, which I'll be advertising on my Facebook page anyway. And then it's back to the writing for the rest of the week. I'm getting close to finishing book 4 now, so the only problem is in the process of writing my 4th book, I've come up with ideas for a 5th and 6th book at the same time. So the ideas have come in too thick and too fast. So I've got reminders on my wall now above my kitchen door. reminding me of the story so I don't forget them.
Good. Well, busy boy. We might do another episode of the Rearview Mirror in the week, innit? Because we were going to this week, but it's just been with this diet and with the gym and everything. I'm knackered.
Did you like my
I'm
message?
knackered by about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Did you like my message?
It doesn't help with all the heat that we've been getting.
No, Christ, no. Well, yeah. So hopefully we might put up another show next week, innit? Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what we're going to do. It's about on Sunday. We'll decide at the time, innit? It's like that's the one thing I love about this show. If we actually we in it we get a subject, we'll say fuck it, we'll do this, and we'll get a subject, and like I've got pages and pages of bloody research that I've done, and we did a previous show like a few years ago on the Illuminati, and that's all to do with that. And it's like we'll start talking about it, look at it, and then we'll just go, and we'll start talking about something completely different, and that's what I love shows.
Yeah, but the thing is though, is when you look at certain things, you tend to find that one thing that you're talking about all of a sudden is linked to something else.
Yeah.
Because we've got the Illuminati, and then there's the theory or the conspiracy theories that Freemasons or Illuminati branched off of Freemasons, because obviously Freemasons were medieval stonemasons and cathedral builders. So you would have the Freemasons, then you'd have the Illuminati pop up. The Illuminati and Freemasons are banned by certain world governments. So they all go underground. So whenever you mention one, you can't mention one without the other.
And then you got Scientology.
And then you get all
and
the
everybody's in it. And Alice Crowley, lo and behold, pops up and mixing with those.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's basically like, Baden Powell starts up the Cubs and the Boy Scouts, and then you get Mrs. whoever it was decides, well, why should it just be for boys? So she starts Girl Guides and Brownies. So it's the same sort of thing, It's too expensive to join the Freemasons, so let's start an organisation where it's cheaper to join.
And now you have the darkest mirrors, light bulbers.
Light bulb.
So on that note, I will say it's good night from me. Good night.
And it's good night. We can't get copyright now because they're both dead, aren't they? And it's good night from them.
It's good. And it's good night from him. Jesus, I did it. Right. So thank you very much for listening and watching.
Try that optical illusion.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much for listening on this, and thank you very much for listening on YouTube. And we'll be back with more irreverent nonsense next Friday. For those of you who can't wait, me and this one will be back here on Sunday. So, thank you, James. See you later, guys, and take it easy.
Bye.